Hello everybody, welcome back to Kenny's Care Home for Geriatric Collectors. Today, a video I've been wanting to do for a while now. It's the second part of the Destiny collection, which covers some items I didn't have when I did the first Destiny video, plus some stuff I picked up for Destiny 2. Now, I've been holding this one back a while because I didn't feel that I really had enough to get going with it, but there's quite a bit of stuff that I still need to save up for, and also some stuff that's not due out until next month. So I thought, well, we'll go with what we've got. There's not a great deal to show in actual quantity, but there's some interesting stuff there nevertheless. So I thought we'd go with it and maybe do an update later on in the year. For those of you not familiar with Destiny, just a brief explanation. It's an online first-person shooting game with elements of resource management. I suppose some RPG, but not really a lot. Actually, I'm not a big fan of resource management normally, but in this game I like it because there's a lot of guns and stuff to collect and armor sets and what have you, amongst other things, and just keeping track of them, keeping them up to a decent level is part of the fun of the game. So it's a science fiction based shooter set out in space on various planetary locations, and basically I suppose it's a mission based first person shooter in effect with a lot of other elements thrown in, but it's certainly Destiny was my favourite video game. I mean, I've been at it for 35 years now, and I've never played anything that's kept me as interested and as focused as the first Destiny game. And now that Destiny 2 sort of like supplanted it, Destiny. I'm loving Destiny 2, and it's kind of taken over as my favourite game. So there we go. There we have it with Destiny. Now, before I start, I'd just like to offer a word of thanks to everybody for your continued support. Edging slowly towards, well, not slowly, but edging steadily towards 400 subscriptions now, which it's not massive numbers in the scheme of things when you look at some of the other YouTubers out there, but it certainly surpasses my original expectations when I started doing these videos about 3 years ago. So yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody, as I say, for your continued support, and long may it occur, and long as I'm supported, I'll carry on churning these out. Right, okay. Now today I've got some holdovers from the Destiny videos, some Destiny stuff I picked up since, and then the bulk of the stuff is, of course, is the new game related Destiny 2. So without any further ado, we'll get started. By the way, I apologise if I'm hoarse and sniffling and snuffling, but I'm suffering with a slight chest infection at the moment, so you'll forgive me if I don't sound quite as as usual. Right, okay. Let's get cracking. Now, I'll start off with the odds and sods from Destiny 1. Sometimes things come to you in a very strange and roundabout way. This is a lanyard. I don't know if all of you are familiar, but you normally get these at promo events. You just shove it around your neck, and you can see it's got a little Destiny logo on there, and you just put it. It's like an advertising thing, really. And this is the Taken King one of the expansions. Now, I've not actually seen one of them. I've never come across one of these online. I've seen a couple for the Destiny 2, but never actually seen a one, whether it's because I wasn't particularly looking for it. But I actually went to a retro gaming event near me a couple of months ago, selling, all old retro machines. And there's a guy I know, I know the guy from having gone a few years now, and he specialises in Japanese import machines, in actual fact. And I was rummaging through his stuff because I've got a big interest in old Japanese machines, and I spotted that. I said, "What are you doing with that?" He said, "Oh, just something that's turned up." So I said, "Right, I'll have it. Give it a quid off and I'll have it." So I got that for £3. That was very nice. So that was that. I just bought this recently. That's the new calendar. It's an 18-month calendar, as you can see down at the bottom there. I haven't seen the Destiny 2 one yet, but presumably there'll be one later on or early next year. I don't exactly know what this covers, which months, but I haven't actually opened it yet. It's still sealed, but no need really, because there's an example of the images you get month by month, if you can see them with the light being a bit of a pain. So yeah, that was the new Destiny calendar, and finally of old Destiny stuff. That's a very interesting item that I picked up shortly after I did the last video. Actually, it's a shame I couldn't include it, but basically it's a French, I don't know what you would call it, kind of not exactly a magazine. It's more what I would call a bookazine. Very nicely produced, and it's basically covers the Taken King. There seemed to be a lot of material once the Taken King expansion pack came out, and that came out to celebrate the Taken King expansion. It's not quite. It's a bit different from the kind of books you would find in the UK or the magazines, whatever. In as much as it's got this little cover. It's like a slip jacket, but not, if you like. In the back, that's Le Roi de Corompost. That's obviously French for Taken King. I do have a GSE SE in French, but forgot most of it long ago. And there's a lot of nice images that I've not seen, so I was very pleased with this one. And of course, it's all the text is all in French, but it's an item that you won't see around too often. As I say, it's done very nicely on very thick stock. I think it cost me around about a tenner. That was shipped. So yeah, nice item to have. I was very pleased with that one. So okay, moving now on to Destiny 2. We'll start where we should start, with the game itself. That's the new game with that image is kind of the one that's become most, I suppose, famous in advertising Destiny 2. Inside you've got obviously I haven't got the disc, that's in my PS4, but you get this came with. Should explain that this came with my collector's edition, the 220 quid jobby that I did an unboxing for a few weeks back. Some of you might have seen it. If you're a subscriber, you'd have seen it probably. This came with it, and you get a load of gear, which I'll show you the highlights of that later, just in case you haven't seen the unboxing already. But yeah, basically you get some digital content, some weapons and stuff, and next to expansion packs, which probably cost you about 50 quid, 25 quid each, or maybe a bit cheaper if you buy them as a pair. So that was that, and then that is the steel book that came with the collector's edition. It's very similar to the steelbook for the original Destiny and the Taken King expansion. It's kind of on those lines. I've got to say, it's not the best steelbook in the world, but it at least have been sort of like consistent in their design. So that's the that's the logo for the new Cabal enemies. The Red Guard, is it a Red Army? I should know. I played it. I played it enough. It's had a bit of a brain freeze there, but yeah. Anyway, that's the steelbook, and then this is another steelbook that came along without. This was sold without the game. You can only buy this steelbook. You can't actually buy it with the game in, and that's an Amazon exclusive. With again, you know, the usual image. It was only about a tenner, so I was quite happy with that one. I'd say it was slightly nicer than the official one. So yes, the collector's edition, as I say, it was a massive edition, big box. I was a bit bothered about paying 220 quid for it, but if you're a collector, you're a collector. You know, you find it, and that's the main item, apart from the showpiece of the thing, which is like a big bag. I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, that's a Cabal. Many of you know the game. That's a Cabal themed box. Very nice. It's gold and stuff. And then inside of that you get various bits and pieces. That's kind of a poster jobby. That's a little kind of art book with various images of enemies and so forth. Just you know, general sort of like artwork, nothing outstanding. And there's just bits and pieces really in here. The little postcard. That's there's a story about that in the game, which I can't quite bring to mind what that's all about. But and then there's some more images from the story. Not quite sure what that is, but it's there anyway. And then you get this little lenticular, got several images on it, which is quite clever. I like lenticular. And then there's these three little artifacts. I think you can see them there. They're very small, so artifacts with. I'm not. I should have read up on these, I suppose. I'm not quite sure what these are supposed to represent, but the gold theme is because the raid, which forms the main two-player part of the game, it's got what they call the end game, is set on a ship called the Leviathan. I mean, I don't do raids, so I haven't got mates to play with, but yeah, everything's themed in gold, so that's why all of this stuff is looking very gilt-edged. But yeah, so that's that basically. So that was what came with it. Put that stuff back inside and then get it lost. It's very similar to what came with the last collector's edition, which was the Take the King expansion. So that was that. And then, as I say, the centrepiece of the game was this very elaborate and beautifully made cargo bag. Yeah, as you see, it's got several layers of. I assume that's faux leather, but if you open it up, you've got all manner of pockets in there. And that thing across the top there actually holds that. I'll show you that in a second. you slot it in there, and it's held into place by some straps. You can wear it as a sort of like a backpack. You know, you've got your. I mean, these are all very, very strongly made. These are the things that hold that thing, which I'll show you shortly, in place. You know, it's all beautifully made. I mean, there's no sign of any cheapness on there. It's you know, I can understand why the edition was expensive, because goodness knows how much they cost to make. I would dread to think, but yeah, very nice. And then the other thing that was interesting about the collector's item was this little jobby here. Now, must admit, I didn't know much about this when I actually did the unboxing, and I made a bit of a mess of showing it. Actually, it's a charger. It's a solar panel charger, and what you do is you figure out how it works. It's a gummy paper stuck to us here. That's not going to help. Yeah, this pings out like that, and there's one on the other side. You see, and it's kind of like a solar charge thing. And then what I missed when I did the unboxing was these little compartments here. Inside you get some sort of sleeping bag, and this is presumably if you want to go out in the wild for a few days, and you can use this to and then you've got another one of these little packages tucked away in here. Yeah, very interesting. I forget what that is, blanket or something? I don't know. It's and then on the end there you've got your USB and your on off switch presumably, and I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure what the purpose of this is, but I'm guessing that I'll figure it out one day. I've never really had any reason to use it. I'll shovel this back in. Yeah, so that was the two main ingredients of the. Let's get it in. The two main ingredients of the collector's edition. I'll tell you what, I'll sort that out later. It's a bit of a pain. Right. Okay. Now with the pre-order of the collector's edition came this. One of those daft little. There's actually some of these. They call them Funko Pop or something. There's actually some of these coming out in November, but I haven't unsealed this yet. But basically, that's a little figurine of Cade Six, who's one of the main characters from the game story, and everybody likes him. He's a funny guy, you know, wisecracking and stuff, and yeah, that was the pre-order bonus that came with it, apart from the DLC. Unfortunately, they plunked my heavy collector's edition right on the top of this, and then the box got a bit battered, but I guess I'll be able to live with that. I'll learn to live with that anyway. Good. Okay. Now, when just before Destiny 2 came out, all of the major English UK gaming magazines all did a special edition of the magazine. I think they all had a Destiny 2 as a cover story. So I'll just show you the ones that I picked up. Edge were the last to do it. I thought they weren't going to bother, you know. Sort of a bit funny mag with it. They're a bit strange with Destiny. Edge have always been, and yeah. But anyway, they finally decided to That's the traveller from the game, and that's your Destiny logo. This is a weird sort of kind of acetate-y kind of overcover, and that's the traveller in his crippled state, I think. And if you open it up, that's the traveller from the game in his original state. And yeah, I mean, basically they I mean, actually, I suppose of all the magazines, even though they were last to do a big spread on Destiny 2, the one that Edge did was probably the better of them all. Then Games TM, they did a nice front cover. Again, there was a big article in there. And that was the Games Master edition that carried a. I think there was I'll find these things, but yeah, there was a poster inside. That wasn't from Destiny, but there was a pull-out poster inside. No, in actual fact, neither of them are from Destiny, so I don't even know why I'm bothering to show you that. And then PC Gamer, of course, a PC version doesn't come out until later this month, but yeah, that was the PC Gamer that ran the Destiny 2 story. I'll be picking up the PC version. Well, I pre-ordered it actually. Be interested to see how that looks. And then the two official magazines, the PlayStation 1. They did a nice cover, and then in the Xbox, a 4-pack with a 4-pack coaster set, none of which related to Destiny, which was rather disappointing. You can see up there. Anyway, that was the famous image from Destiny 2 that they decided to run with. And then just the other day, I picked up that was the June edition. This is the recent November edition of the Xbox official magazine. And I haven't actually seen this myself. I'll just slit it open there for you. Inside of here, we have, I'm hoping, the first two of 4 posters with. Move back a bit so you can see them. It's very nice, those, actually. If I can afford it, I'll get these framed. That was the first one, and then there's another one. I presume the 4 posters will be the 3 characters. That's a very nice one. It's, I like that. Yeah, quite happy to have those. I guess you'll be getting the 3 characters, and then oh yeah, it shows you on the back here. So there's one more of those to come, and then you've got an image. The other poster will be that one, which actually I've already got a poster that carries that image, which I will show you very shortly. Just lob those back in the box out the way. So that's all the magazines I have that are Destiny related. And then of course nobody could be without the official guide, the collector's guide. They're about 20 quid, but I got this off Amazon for about $13.50. I mean, Amazon are always worth looking at, when it's time to. I mean, I don't normally buy strategy guides new. I mean, I collect hardbacks. I'll be doing a video in the not too distant future on the hardback collection I have of various strategy guides. But this guide and Destiny 1, I think, are the only 2 I've bought on release day. There's some useful stuff in there. It's I won't bother opening it because I don't want to crack the spine. But it's the usual. Anybody who's into gaming will know what a strategy guide looks like and what it does. Right, now I'll show you a few posters that we've picked up. That's one of my friends who worked in a gaming shop passed that one on to me. That's the famous image. Yeah, it's the same both sides. Yeah, there's that one. Normally you get a different image on the back of some of them, but that was that one. Broken band, right, we'll have it over there. And these three now, I haven't actually had the benefit of seeing these myself. I've just slipped them slightly out of the holder there, but I haven't actually unpacked these yet. These actually, as a set of three, I would imagine are quite scarce, because what they are posters that the Game UK gave away if you pre-ordered, but only in store. You didn't get them. Like, I ordered my limited edition online, so I didn't get one of these. I got one for ordering the PC version in store, and then the other two I managed to sweet talk some people that I know in the shops, and I managed to get the other two. But I mean, effectively, you would have to put in 3 pre-orders to get a set of these, and you've got a poster for each character now. So this is all new to me, because I've not actually unwrapped these myself. But this is number C. That's the Warlock. These are going to be quite hard to show you, actually, because I haven't had a chance to unwrap them and get them out flat. But anyway, that's the Warlock poster. I'm sorry I can't show it to you any better than that. If I'd had the common sense, I could have prepared. And then we have the A, which is the Hunter. And again, they've all got that Destiny 2 image on the one side, and then there's I'll show it you as best I can. That's the Hunter. Strangely enough, I haven't seen these now that I've had a chance to see them. I can't remember seeing any of these on eBay, although I might be wrong. But as I say, the sort of thing that would be hard to get even now that they would pre-order things now at the game. And that one would be the Titan. So I apologise for not being able to show you those a bit more clearly, but you get the idea. Posters is posters. So that was those. Now, this is where things start to get a bit strange. From trying to make people understand what it is to be a collector, things start to get odd sometimes. Now, right, drinks can. People probably sitting out there scratching their heads saying, "Kenny, what are you doing collecting drinks cans? Have you turned into a hoarder?" The answer is no, because these are actually Destiny related items that Rockstar Drinks did with 3 of their flavours. You can see the Destiny 2 logo up there, and there's one can for each character, a Warlock, a Titan, and a Hunter. And what happens when you buy these and you drink them, then you look under the ring pull there, and there's a very small. You got good eyes. I'll have to get somebody else to read them out for us. You get a code, and you stick those codes in on the website of Rockstar, and it gives you an item from the game, and then it puts you into a draw, a weekly draw, a daily draw, and then an overall draw for a Destiny themed motorbike. So I've got my fingers crossed. I think I bought about 15 of these damn things so far, and I don't even drink them. I pass them on to my daughter who likes them. Yeah, so basically I'm sitting here with three drinks cans, but I don't think I've gone a bit doolally, because they are Destiny related, and as Destiny related, they are collectibles as far as I'm concerned. I mean, in America, for instance, they did a promotion with Pop-Tarts, which we didn't get. So I'd had to be buying, if that had been happening over here, I'd have had to buy a load of Pop-Tarts and eat them, although I like them, so I'd have been okay. Right, now, the last thing I want to show you is something I just picked up. And here we get into the realms again of the rather unusual. A few of you have probably seen these advertised. They're game.co.uk exclusive as far as I know, so some of you in other countries might not have seen them. I don't know whether they're available. But basically what you have is the ghost there, which is the candle holder, and then you've got five scented candles which represent all the locations from the original Destiny game. So you get the moon, which they call helium filaments, you get the dreadnought, which is worm spore, and then the other side there you've got the earth, which is a spin metal, called the spin metal, then Mars, which is the relic iron, and Venus, which is the spirit bloom, which anybody who's played the game will know that they're consumables from that. And there's your candles. I mean, while we've got it, I'll actually show you the thing. It's a rather elaborate box, but basically I'll just whip the stuff out and show you. This lifts off. It's a rather weird shape and difficult to handle, but yeah, I mean that's the top of the box, and then you just open that up, and inside you've got your candles. Not very nice. So there you go. That's your Venus. That's your Earth one. You've got the other one for the moon. That one is your red planet Mars. They knock you out these. And there you got your dreadnought. And that's the candles, and then right in the bottom here you've got your holder. Unfortunately there's only room for one candle, although it would be nice to have been able to exhibit them all, but yeah, you just stick your candle in the top there, and that's your little ghost holder. Yeah, quite a novelty item. So there you go, that's what I've been doing with my spare cash. Okay, so basically that's all we have to show you for this video. I will be putting together some cash, trying to pick up the McFarlane action figures. There's one for each character, a Titan, a Warlock, and a Hunter, and then there's a Lord Saladin figure. Now these are all about range between 20 and 25 quid, depending where you go. The Saladin ones about 40, I think, a bit cheaper on Amazon. So I'm trying to put some cash together to buy those and a few other items I've seen online. And when the little Funko Pop figures come out, and there's an art book due out, I think in November, for Destiny 2, I'll be regaling you with a third Destiny video, and hope that this one proves as popular as the last one. Okay, I'll sign off now. thanks everybody for looking in, and if you're a Destiny player, keep at it, boys, girls. Bye bye now.